Valentine's Day apart, my friends. The Duke in the freezing cold of Vancouver, the Duchess basking in the Montecito sun. Is this the modern royal romance we were promised? Or are we witnessing the first public cracks in the facade of the Sussex brand? While Harry closed his games alone and Meghan posted a frantic reminder of their love online, the Prince and Princess of Wales quietly showed the world what true stability looks like without saying a single word. Good evening, and thank you for joining me for this discussion. It has been a fascinating week for royal watchers, hasn't it? Just when we thought things had quieted down, the calendar brings us Valentine's Day, and with it, a stark revelation of where the power dynamics truly lie. The headlines this morning are not about flowers or chocolates. They are about geography. Specifically, the 3,000 miles separating Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on the most romantic day of the year. As many of you know, Prince Harry has been in Vancouver, marking the closing of his first winter Invictus Games. It is a noble cause, certainly, and one that has always been his crowning achievement. But the optics, my dear viewers, the optics are telling a different story. Contrary to the salt and pepper narrative we have been fed for years, that they moved together or not at all, Meghan was notably absent for the finale. She flew home to California early, purportedly to be with the children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Now, a well-meaning staff member might tell you that this is simply the reality of parenting young children. But let's be honest with ourselves. This is a couple who has access to the finest nannies money can buy. This is a couple who has never shied away from a joint photo opportunity when cameras are present. Leaving Harry to stand alone at the closing ceremony of his passion project on Valentine's Day of all days, it feels deliberate. It feels like a statement. Naturally, nature abhors a vacuum, and the tabloids have filled this silence with a roar. The rumor mill has been churning with whispers of adrift in the Sussex household. A source behind closed doors has suggested that the professional separation we have been seeing, Harry focusing on Invictus and the courts, Meghan on her lifestyle ventures, is bleeding into the personal. They are living increasingly separate lives, bound by a brand, but perhaps less bound by the day-to-day companionship they once flaunted so aggressively. And how did our Duchess of Montecito respond to these swirling rumors of a rift? Did she maintain a dignified silence? Of course not. She went straight to the playbook of Hollywood crisis management. Meghan took to social media to extinguish the flames, posting a touching archive photo. It was a black and white shot, a throwback of a kiss, captioned with a sentimental note about missing her Valentine. On the surface, it is sweet, but scratch that surface, and you find the desperation of a PR strategy. It felt reactive. It felt like damage control. It screams, "Look at us, we are fine, we are in love, don't listen to the chatter." When you have to shout about how happy you are, one starts to wonder who you are trying to convince, the public or yourselves. It is the digital equivalent of a forced smile at a dinner party where everyone knows the couple just had a row in the car. Now let us turn our gaze from the frantic energy of Montecito to the quiet confidence of Norfolk. The contrast could not be more jarring, and frankly, it is a masterclass in how the monarchy is winning the long game. While Meghan was raiding her photo archives to prove a point, Kensington Palace released a singular image of the Prince and Princess of Wales. There were no filtered throwbacks, no dramatic captions, no performative longing. It was a simple, understated photograph of William and Catherine taken during a walk in Norfolk. The image captures what the fashion critics are calling quiet luxury, but I prefer to call it earned stability. They are dressed casually, William in a flat cap and field jacket, Catherine in rugged, practical country wear. They aren't looking at the camera. They are looking at the horizon, comfortable in each other's silence. There is no desperate clutching of hands, no theatrical gazing into eyes. It is the body language of a couple who have weathered storms, raised a future king, and come out the other side unbreakable. A well-placed source close to palace circles tells me that the timing and tone of this photo were meticulously planned. It was designed to show business as usual, but with a warmth that has been missing in recent years. It is a visual signal that the monarchy has not only survived the crisis year of health scares and familial mudslinging, but has emerged steadfast. The internet, as you can imagine, picked up on this immediately. The comments sections are flooded with comparisons. On one side, you have the Hollywood drama of the Sussexes, separate continents, archive photos, and an air of chaotic maintenance. On the other, you have the Norfolk calm of the Waleses, grounded, present, and effortlessly regal. It is interesting, isn't it? Meghan and Harry spent years telling us they wanted privacy, yet their version of privacy seems to require constant public validation. They want to be the global power couple, yet they spent the day of love apart, relying on Instagram to bridge the gap. Meanwhile, William and Catherine, who live their lives in the glare of the constitutional spotlight, managed to convey more intimacy in one still image than 1,000 Netflix documentaries ever could. This Valentine's Day has served as a litmus test for the two courts. The Sussex camp feels frantic, constantly reacting to the news cycle they claim to despise. There is a sense of hustling, of trying to keep the brand relevant as the individual interests of Harry and Meghan seem to diverge. Harry looks increasingly isolated in his warrior prince persona, while Meghan seems determined to build a lifestyle empire in California, with or without him by her side. Conversely, the Waleses have embraced the power of less is more. They understand that in a world of noise, silence is the ultimate luxury. By not feeding the beast, by not reacting to every slight or rumor, they appear untouchable. That photo from Norfolk says, "We are here, we are together, and we don't need to prove anything to you." A longtime family acquaintance noted recently that the king is immensely proud of how William and Catherine have navigated the last 12 months. They have kept their heads down and their dignity up. And this photo? It is the victory lap. It is a subtle reminder that while others may chase engagement metrics and likes, the House of Windsor deals in legacy. So, where does this leave us? It leaves us with a very clear picture of the future. The Sussexes are selling a soap opera, and like any soap opera, it requires constant drama, cliffhangers, and plot twists to keep the audience engaged. If the drama fades, if they are just a couple living apart doing different jobs, the audience loses interest. They need the speculation about the rift just as much as they need the rebuttal photo to fix it. It is a cycle of exhaustion. The monarchy, however, is selling continuity. They are selling the idea that come rain or shine, in sickness and in health, the institution stands. William and Catherine are the face of that promise. They don't need to be exciting. They just need to be there. And on this Valentine's Day, they were there, solid, serene, and together. I will leave you with that thought tonight. The difference between telling the world you are happy and simply being happy has never been more stark. Thank you for watching. I would be very interested to read your thoughts in the comments below. Do you buy Meghan's digital display of affection, or does the silence of the Waleses speak louder to you? Until next time.